looking at you and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Escaping the pressure right. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey guys, what's up? So, I'm playing Madden NFL 23, and I'm on the Chiefs. I'm him right there. I'm about to go. Oh wait, he ran that way. Oh, I'm winning by 2 touchdowns, and I'm the Chiefs. They are not, and I'm going to I am right there. I'm Clark right here. See me moving. I'm Clark, and we're winning.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
And
they do get a yard there, but
I am going to try to actually win the whole game.
Two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That goes out.
Oh, I got him. Let's go.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's
that was a trash play right there.
Now 3rd down.
When you're lateral to the line of
scrimmage, linebackers
keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Okay, I'm going to do
a nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
I don't know why I didn't throw. Oh, it's because I handed it off. And then I was trying to throw it, and then I dropped it.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Okay, that doesn't really make sense. Okay.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. This is Hamler on the crossing route. He's got it. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by McManus is good, and that lead is back down to 9 now.
Okay, they got a lead. I mean, not a lead. They got 9.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
No, there's like everybody going the same side as
He
me.
should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a
They're like all
return to
doing the same thing as
14-yard
me.
line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not
they
a
got
ton of
3?
time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead.
That was
but
a
also
bad
a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey. These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
What? Oh my God, you're trash,
He was
kid.
hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass
I
on
need
that
to get the
last
first
play,
down.
and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 88 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense, trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field, so you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the two, or I should say third and goal from the two.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your lineman surge and fire out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's
there he goes, right side. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Steps away to his left. This will be caught. Judy. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. I think this is a free play for Wilson. Forced out, and he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Murray. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
The penalty is declined.
So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
Stuck for a loss by the linebacker, Josie Jewell.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Flush to his right. Looking downfield for Kelsey.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
How about that for a call? Leading in the second half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt.